So this one is one you guys suggested. This is Angry Drill Sergeant versus Horrible Rifle Shooting. And I like me some marksmanship. So I have a feeling I may get angry at some of this too, because I am all about safe and accurate firearms usage. So I may rage too, along with this drill sergeant. Now granted, I may not have the same drill sergeant energy, but let's find out.
Range day is my favorite day! My drill sergeant sense is tingling, but that can only mean one thing. A bunch of videos of privates shooting poorly have gone viral all over the internet, and people are blaming drill sergeants?
What?
No, not the beard. Don't take away my beard! Yeah! Clean shaven and misbehaving.
Oh no.
Range day. Whether in basic training or when you're out there in your normal unit, it holds a large conflicting amount of.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. He's only an E5, not an E6. Most drill sergeants. I've known a few drill sergeants in my time. Most of the drill sergeants I've known in my time were E6s, not E5s. Just saying. My kid, I've known a couple of E5 drill sergeants. Okay, fair point, Ace. Fair point there.
Emotions, doesn't it? Pride for doing well, the fear, the fear of failure, and the excitement to shoot and destroy the enemy. Or embarrassment when you fail to clear a jam. It's called sports. When you fumble your magazine while reloading. Oh, there's 3 targets gone. Or when you unintentionally create a new shooting technique. I call this the Super C grip. See?
Why do I have more volume? Okay, I'll bump it a little bit. Why do I have a feeling he has actually seen this kind of grip on a rifle before? I have, Wolf Boy, thank you for the follow. I have a bad feeling he has actually seen this kind of grip on a rifle before. Heroes, I don't know if I can do a proper ara ara. With the voice change. After the video, let's wait till after the video.
Private shoot like that before. And for us drill sergeants, there is a sense of pride of seeing our hardcores put everything together that we taught them correctly, and then passing their qualification. And on the other side, there is a real fear that some stupid private will flag me with a loaded weapon and end my career before I can get retirement. I'd like.
Okay, I wanted to mention this. Hang on, let me show you something.
And end my career before I can get retirement.
Okay, quick bit of trivia for you, chat. So, this scene in Police Academy. There's a reason why Tackleberry does not move. There is a reason why Tackleberry does not move, and everyone else is hitting the deck because they're panicking. Because he saw, I forget what this character's name is. He was watching him shoot. He saw him fire the last shot and not rack a new shell into the breech. So he knew it was not loaded. That's why Tackleberry had no fear. It's not that it was unloaded. It was that I think there may have been some shells still in the tube, but he knew that he had not racked a fresh shell in. I can't remember if he emptied the tube or if he just simply didn't rack in a new one, but that's why Tackleberry knew there was not a live shell in the breech. That was the trivia, Kyer. That was it, but I think you guys already knew it, so you beat me to the punch, and the trivia didn't have quite the effect I was hoping for. Moving on.
I'd like to go home from the range with the same amount of holes that I came with. And that brings us here today. Let's watch this informative video without commentary, shall we?
Chat? Someone went to the Steven Seagal school of holding a rifle. Okay, well, I'm glad that at least someone didn't know. No, this is not Scope Kiss incoming. Raven, she is not close enough to the scope for Scope Kiss. But this is Steven Seagal levels of holding a rifle. Yeah, it's... Her face is not close enough to that scope. Not for the kickback that an M4 has. I don't think she's going to. Even not properly shouldering it, I don't think the M4 wouldn't have enough kickback, even with this piss poor shouldering. I don't think she gets scoped yet. She's got enough distance between the scope and her eyeball. I don't think it's that much of a danger. But I mean, this says it all. This says it all right here. Like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Without commentary, shall we?
Oh, shit! Chat, I retract my statement. I retract my statement. It did so it's not only piss poor shouldering, she's not putting any muscle into holding it. Yeah, Big Brick, you guys were right. I retract my statement. That was a Scope Kiss. 'Cause her grip is also shit. Like, if she had actually been putting some actual muscle into holding this weapon, the recoil would not have been enough to kick back and Scope Kiss her, even despite the shouldering. But she's lip noodling it. Yeah, she's limp wristing it. 100%. And just letting the recoil take it. So, I was wrong. I was incorrect. But her stance wasn't terrible because she is leaning against the support. The stance is not terrible. I would have put that foot back a little bit further. I would have had this foot back a little bit further. But everything that is wrong is right up here. Everything is wrong is right up here. Well, she can't lean into the rifle because she doesn't have the buttstock in the pocket of her shoulder. She can't lean into it.
Good. Now let's discuss. What the fuck is that?
Correct
what
response.
What are we doing here? Huh? It looks like it's the Army's new rifle qualification course. Or perhaps a familiarization because you're standing behind that wood barrier that we're using nowadays. Different levels for kneeling and standing. But what kind of shooting stance do you call that, huh? The Army pirate? Because that's what's gonna happen when you lose an eye. With that optic smashed up against your flipping glasses. How did we all of a sudden decide that buttstock placement was optional? Oh, we watched the Cool Delta Force movies and now we're short stocking that.
No, not Cool Delta Force movies. Steven Seagal movies. If you've watched any Steven Seagal movies within the last 10 to 15 years, how that soldier was holding that weapon is how Steven Seagal holds his fucking gun. How Steven Seagal holds a rifle is fucking pathetic.
Arrow like we're clearing a room at a 300-meter target. But,
there it is. There it is. There it fucking is. What was I saying? What was I just saying, chat? What was I saying over and over and over again? Let's watch it again.
Like we're clearing a room at a 300-meter target. But, recoil doesn't matter because we've got a buffer spring in our buttstock, Drill Sergeant. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. We're leaning on a barricade, but we can't rest the rifle on it? So much for stability, mental or otherwise. What are we teaching? Shooting like the Taliban now? Just pray and spray? like some sort of spasmodic tale.
Aaron, I've watched his old ones. I've watched Under Siege. Under Siege, good movie. I liked Under Siege. I've seen a couple of his older ones, but the ones he's done within the last 15 to 20 years, he does not fucking care. He's fat, he's old, he's full of bullshito.
The best actor in Steven Seagal movies is the chair.
Yes. Because that's what he fights from now. That's what he's fighting from in his movies. I mean, yeah, Belly of the Beast is one of them. But yeah, his 15 to 20-year-old stuff is just absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. I watch So Bad It's Good. Jason Brandt. He's watched a lot of Seagal movies, and they just tear the shit out of him for how he holds a weapon. It's hilarious.
Man. Now a lot of people on the internet started calling out this soldier's drill sergeant. It's my fault. Okay, for poorly training this troop. Yes. The sense is flowing in now from idiots who know not what I do.
And you know nothing of my work.
And they say this because if she had a good trainer, she wouldn't be shooting like this. Oh, okay. I'll bite. Let's say the drill sergeants are the problem here. Okay. Well then, tell me, when in all of basic training did we teach you to shoot like that with the buttstock over the shoulder? That a part of BRM now? Basic rifle marksmanship? Or hover your face above the buttstock, right? We don't want a good cheek to stock. We don't want that. We want to hover. We teach that, don't we? Drill sergeants definitely teach that. And
exactly, Wolfen. It's drill sergeants can teach all the correctness that they can. If you've got a dumb fucking Gen Zer who's like, I know better than the drill sergeant because that's what they're raised like, they're gonna shoot however the fuck they want to shoot. And they're gonna learn the hard way. Okay, when did I almost give you a heart attack? When I kind of freaked out about how when you showed the Steven Seagal video? Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, Tysel, do not even get me started on the gangster lean. Don't even get me started on that.
Obviously, we teach from day one to smash your dominant eye against the optic, because that helps you see better. Look, it's me looking at the optic. You can see better, Private. You can see better. Especially after it blinds your dominant eye, because the glass shards push your fucking eyeball into your skull. Shit, we don't. We don't teach that, do we? We don't teach any of that bullshit that I just stated that I see in this video that morons in the internet comment section are blaming on drill sergeants. Interesting. Maybe we teach you to put that stock in that little pocket of your shoulder. Maybe we teach you good cheek to stock. Oh my, oh me. And then maybe, on top of that, we teach proper sight picture and alignment so your face isn't fucking the optic. She's not even doing trigger reset at all. Just flicking that finger off the trigger as fast as she can like it's got an electric shock.
I didn't even notice.
Faster than a fart through a loose butthole.
Nice pause by me there. And Frost, thank you for the follow. I was gonna say, this anger kind of gives me old angry video game nerd vibes. Well, Nox, I missed her trigger finger. Was she pulling or was she pressing the trigger? I wasn't paying attention to her trigger finger. I'm guessing she was just pulling over and over and over again. So she was pulling, not pressing. Okay.
No, a drill sergeant is not responsible for this. This is what we call falling into bad habits again.
Yeah.
Or if you're a shitty soldier, just doing what you want to do. Now, some of you hardcores are going to say, but drill sergeant, we were taught to short stock our rifles when we...
Let me try and shift out of the way. Space Force. fucking Space Force. I love it. I love it. And chances are they probably ripped her a new one after she came off the line. Better to rip into a recruit when the weapon is out of their hands and empty than while they still have a loaded weapon.
We are clearing rooms in CQB training.
Parade! Rest! Front leading rest position! Move! How
Hey, yeah,
Taught to
what
short stock our rifles when we were clearing rooms in CQB training.
Parade! Rest! Front leading rest position! Move! How about you never interrupt me again? In cadence!
And cadets.
Exercise! Oh, does this look like advanced rifle marksmanship? Huh? Are we in a glass house? Is there engineer tape on the ground? Are we using the glass house? I don't see 4 fucking walls around me.
Yeah.
Do you even think that form is efficient enough to do any type of room clearing, let alone advanced rifle marksmanship techniques? You can take your professional opinion and shove it right up your ass. On top of that, this troop isn't even in basic training anymore. Oh my goodness, if we just stopped and stared for a moment and used our fucking eyes, we could tell this troop has some things a basic trainee would never have in BCT. And vice versa. She does not have things that a BCT troop most definitely would. Helmet cover, cat-eye band, a rhino mount? You ain't getting that in BCT, baby. Not in my company. I got you looking like a turtle. Oh, no. That's not a training anymore.
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Which teaches us the importance of going over BRM before we get to the range with your unit, whether you're active component, whether you're guard or reserve, whether you're infantry or a 42 Alpha. Your prior drill or weeks before the range, you should be finding out who your hardcores are and going over the basics again. Because the reinforcement of fundamentals is important. Now,
Yeah. What he was just saying, the fact that she's not even a basic recruit anymore and is doing this, that's fucking terrifying. That means that this soldier completed basic training with this level of marksmanship and passed. That's fucking scary. Because if she had completed basic training, one would hope that she would know how to properly seat a rifle during firing. Like, I was not, like, what he pointed out as far as items that indicate she's not basic anymore, I was not familiar with. I didn't pick up on that because I didn't pick up on those little details. But the fact that she made it through basic, completed basic, passed the rifle qualifier, and she's still shooting like this, that's fucking terrifying. Yeah, I mean, I have little doubt that she's probably Gen Z. And yeah, Tysel, I think I know where you're going with. In this respect, if she's not a basic anymore, then I would be looking at least a little bit at the DIs. At least a little bit. Because it should have been, no pun intended, drilled into her the proper firing, the proper rifle mounting techniques. That should have been drilled into her to the point where it should have been instinctive. And if she's no longer in basic and is doing this, there is some responsibility in the DI. And yes, Tysel, and the chain of command. So, unfortunately, I do have to kind of look in that direction a little bit. A little bit. And Shadow, maybe? But honestly, when you're in the military, I don't think that line of thought flies. If you're in the military, You're getting yelled at. I don't, it does not matter if you are male or female in the military, you're getting, if you're fucking up, you're getting yelled at. So, eh. Yeah, Karen, I would be scared too. I would be very scared too.
Now, Drill Sergeant, noticed a few more interesting comments in the comments section. Of course it's a female soldier. Women don't belong in the military.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, really? This only affects women, does it? Once again, let's watch this video without commentary.
Non-combat armed soldiers rarely get to the range. Yeah, but Grumpy? Here's the thing. Non-combat armed soldiers may not get to the range often, but it is still something that is during basic training. That is something that is really cemented in basic training. And then further training after basic training only further solidifies those skill sets. And yeah, someone's watched too many movies. Someone has seen way too many fucking movies. And this one looks like he is basic because he's got a clean helmet. And he did not charge his weapon. He did not charge his weapon. Then yes. No, I'd say it may actually, it's a little tough to see. I think this actually may be in his shoulder because it looks like it's right there. It's probably not quite properly. No, if it was on safe, Mia, it wouldn't even click. If it was on safe, the trigger would not move at all. The click means he did not charge the weapon. He didn't actually chamber around. He charged the weapon. Probably what he did, I'm guessing, what he did, he charged the weapon and then inserted the magazine. That is probably what he did. Yeah, he charged his weapon, then inserted the magazine. That's what happened. And as far as shoulder, it's not great. It's not great, but at least it's in the shoulder. It's, yeah. Yeah.
Now this.
Wait a second. Whoa. Hang on. I need to back that up again.
Weapons free.
Now this.
No, he pulled it again. Hang on. Something was not right there. No. I'm very suspicious now that click. No, because if you watch again, okay? Watch his finger. Watch his finger, because he actually pulls further the second time.
Now this.
He actually pulled the trigger that second time. I'm wondering if that click. I'm wondering if that click did not come from him. Oh, you can't even see. Shit. Hang on. Okay. Hang on. Okay, I see the problem. You guys can't even fucking see. Give me a moment. Let me move a couple things around here. Hang on. Bear with me. I'm going to... Hang on. Okay, let me move some things around here a little bit. Okay, you guys couldn't even see. That was part of the problem. I didn't realize that. Okay. Now, watch his finger. Watch his finger. I don't think the click came from his weapon.
Now this!
That click did not come from his weapon, I don't think. That's why, when I looked at it closer, when I first heard it, I thought, oh, it was, he chambered and then inserted. I don't know. Because the weapon actually fired when he fully pulled the trigger that second time. Okay, let's try this. Let's super slow-mo it. Okay, hang on. Okay, here we go. Like, he barely touched the trigger there. Reseats the finger, bad idea. Okay, so it was a hangfire. Okay. It happened so close together. When the hangfire went, that's when his finger pulled. I had to see it in super slow-mo to see it. So you guys were right. You guys were right. It was a hangfire. That probably was a hangfire. Because he didn't, his finger did not pull. Listen to the sound, and watch his finger. Yeah, he did not fully engage the trigger until after. His finger did not fully engage the trigger until after the weapon fired. His finger jerking back on the trigger was a result of the hangfire. Okay. Okay. That's making a little bit more sense now. Okay. So yeah, you guys are probably right. It probably was indeed a hangfire. And those can be spooky. Those can be. But his grip is just fucking terrible.
Now this certainly reeks of basic training. Red tape on the buttstock with the troops' information. Red tape on his load-bearing equipment matching his buttstock. Tells me this troop's platoon color is red. Get over here, red tape. Who taught you how to shoot, red tape? Red tape! Red tape! Red tape! Giving people chills right now, a little PTSD. And he's got no helmet cover. Oh, would you look at that? He's literally got his face smashed up against his rear side aperture. Glass is getting smushed further into his eye socket as we stand here and view it. Oh, what's gonna happen? Exactly what you think is going to. Good thing you got eye protection on. What the fuck is this shooting technique? Upside down C again? We're shooting sassy? Huh? We've got our hands on our hips. We're shooting sassy soldiers today. This kid must have enlisted.
Upside down? What's he talking about upside down? His hand was up over the fucking top of it. What is he talking about? Chat, does anybody have an answer for me there? He's completely ignoring the complete opposite. Yeah, but the way he held his hand, this is not how he was holding it. His hand was up over the top of it. And Krabby, yeah, thanks for the follow.
We've got our hands on our hips. We're shooting sassy soldiers today. This kid must have enlisted in June. I've seen interesting ways of shooting, and if he were to tuck his elbow on his hip, that's one thing, but just fucking floating around out there like a condom in the toilet. I've seen some trainees do some weird shit, and that includes troops that have been in for 10 plus years that just don't know how to shoot. Oh, and before I even see it in the comments section, because I know some smartass is gonna try and put it in there about there's a specific type of skin-colored people in your two videos, Drillthorn. What are you trying to say, Drillthorn? I have seen equally and worse, more embarrassing videos than this from the whites, the Hispanics, Asians, you name it. So let's not get all high and mighty on our but women are oh my God, oh but Africa, oh but what? Shut up. Everybody fucking sucks. Doesn't
Correct. Correct.
matter what race you are or what you got hanging between your legs. You all fucked up in basic training, so don't think that you're special.
You're both just awful.
Now to those troops in the videos, don't worry. A little bit of corrective action will square you away. Go on over to the hardcore range, learn those fundamentals, and you'll be okay. And if you feel like I've singled you out, Lou, because you shot like shit, get over it. Slide into my fucking DMs.
I don't like the way that you portrayed me, Drill Sergeant.
Everybody gets picked on, nobody's safe. It's just your turn. Don't worry. Next weekend, somebody will get a DWI on Bragg, and everybody will hate them, and you'll be forgotten. So get over it. You're welcome. You think I wasn't the butt of a joke at one point?
He's right. I said potato, potato once, and now everybody.
Hi, going on the assumption that this man is Army? Don't call him sir, he works for a living. Is he Army or is he Marines? I kinda got the impression he was Army. Yeah, he's Army, so don't sir him, he works for a living.
Everybody knows me as potato, potato.
I'm a stars. Go.
I'm a star. I'm a star.
Like I was saying, enjoy the moment. Welcome to the military. Don't worry. There's always someone else next week that'll steal your spotlight. Now, before I go one more itsy bitsy focus on the comment section of these videos, saying that these are all drill sergeants' faults.
You King, thank you for the follow. This man is so animated, this is hilarious.
It's their fault. They're to blame. Has anybody noticed a difference in drill sergeants over the past 5 or 10 years? I hear the term undisciplined thrown out a lot. Why is that? Well, if the troops coming out of basic training suck, that must mean their drill sergeants suck. All of a sudden, what could have been the change? It couldn't possibly be because senior enlisted officers are handcuffing drill sergeants and saying, "We don't want you smoking them on the concrete when it's hot outside. That is mean." Or, Eddie's big drill. Hey, listen, I know I'm your sergeant major, but when I was a drill sergeant way back in the day, I used to beat the living shit out of privates. Hell yeah, man. But if I see you smoke any of them in the rain, that is hazing, and I'll kick your fucking ass out of the Army. Maybe.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. And I think it's actually a combination of higher-ups, basically, like he said, handcuffing drills, handcuffing the DIs, so they can't actually turn their recruits into proper soldiers, Marines, corpsmen, what have you. Because it's the kinder, gentler army. That is absolutely one part of it, but you have to look at the generation that's coming into the army. This is the generation of everyone gets a trophy. This is the generation of you matter and safe spaces and pronouns, and this is also the generation coming into it. It's a combination of both. I think it's a combination of both. Because one kind of leads to another. One can kind of lead into the other. You have the higher ups that are basically, that are cutting the drills off at the knees, saying you can't be mean to them, and therefore, because the DIs cannot be mean to the trainees who are coming in with this with the piss poor attitude that needs to get drilled out of them, it is only justifying that they should maintain this attitude because the drill sergeants are not metaphorically beating it out of them. So it's a combination of both. It is definitely a combo platter of both. And yeah, Lily, you're right. The reason why drill sergeants were the reason why drill sergeants have been bastards, for a lack of a better word, is because they are training their recruits not to die if they get into combat. That is their entire objective, is to train a soldier to not die or not to get their buddies killed in combat. That is their whole job. If the drill sergeant is not allowed to do his or her job in that respect, guess what's going to happen? The trainee is not going to learn how not to die properly. It's simple logic. It is simple logic at this point. And I won't say it's DEI. Because I think this bullshit started before DEI. This 100% started before DEI, but it is in that vein. It is in that vein of DEI. So I think it predates DEI. Yeah, well, I mean, being invested in it now, that is a whole different thing. But what we're talking about is this is before DEI became a thing. It's been happening for like the last 15 years, I'd say. So, and that is, and that is basically the SJW. Like pre-DEI was basically SJW. And it's not going to improve. If you continue to hamstring the military, especially the DIs like this, it's only going to get worse, and America's greatly lauded fighting force ain't going to be so lauded for too long. Either that or a whole lot of soldiers will pointlessly lose their lives, and it will weed out the weak ones, which is a horrible way to look at it, but that's where we're at. Yeah, I mean, for people in the military, the basic training is what shaped their lives. It's what allowed them to become disciplined individuals. It's what allowed them to be self-starters. It's what allowed them to be self-reliant. People that went to the military years ago, this treatment is what allowed them to become stronger as an individual. And we're just not seeing that anymore. Now it's do everything for me.
Everybody, training commands, is handcuffing drill sergeants from doing the right thing. Some of us came in and combat deployments weren't an option, they were mandatory. And so we were trained to such. Why would we get rid of that? Especially in the political affairs of the entire globe right now.
But drill sergeant, we don't want people to quit. We need more people in the military.
What's wrong with them quitting? If it's not for you, it's not for you. Haven't you forced enough sharp classes down our throat to know no means no? And sometimes no means I quit. Let us do our job and give you a fantastic product.
If it's not for, we're talking about America. We're talking America that has got a few 100 million people, population-wise. If you've got recruits that you can tell, nope, this ain't gonna fly, boot them. Trust me, there are plenty of people waiting in the wings that can fill those slots, that will actually do the fucking job. Correct. It is not for everybody. This, military service is not for everyone, especially now. Especially now. Military service is not for everyone. Well, and Doc, recruitment is abysmal because I would wager recruitment is abysmal right now because of the current social climate. Because the prime recruiting demographic has had their heads filled with such, social justice bullshit. And there's such a hate on for there's such a hate on for anything government, police, military, the whole shebang. And, so many people in America talk about how America is a horrible country. Why would they join the military? I mean, this is all just snowballing as a part of this, it's privilege. Basically, it's an issue of privilege. And it's privilege biting people in the ass. The United States is one of the most socially privileged countries on the planet. I cannot think of another country currently that has its privileged head so far up its own ass, where they will both tout how great it is and say it is horrible. Like, that is the peak privilege. They say America is great, and then in the next breath they'll say America is horrible. And that's what the militaries have to work with. Now, and Tysell, it's and again, this is not there's a difference. Well, Eki, North Korea is not. I'm talking privilege here. I'm not talking about poverty and being forced in the military. Yeah, I mean, America is a great country with a lot of problems, many of which they're not willing to try and address. It's not a horrible country by any stretch of the imagination. Now, what would be interesting is and America will never do this because you all know why. Because many Western countries, and strong economic countries are starting to essentially reinstitute mandatory military service, where when you finish high school, you have to go into the military for I think it's at least 1 year, possibly 2. Are they looking at a draft? Okay, so they are looking. America is considering a draft. Okay. With the current, Congress 100% will decline it. Absolutely, they would decline it. And that's what I was gonna say. With the current climate, yes, Congress would 100% deny that. I don't doubt that for a second. Well, no, Karen, I'm talking about with other countries. Like I saw something about England instituted mandatory civil service for, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 years. I cannot recall exactly. I'm talking about something like that.
Get rid of people that would poison the ranks. Hell, get rid of drill sergeants that step out of bounds and are beating the living shit and breaking troops. But let's bring back a little bit of hazing. Huh? Just the right amount. Just enough to let you know that there's consequences and that you have to earn things in the military. Maybe we have to be hard on them so they can see the potential that we see in them. Recover! Case in point. Beat it. And you, get back here! I get to keep it? I get to keep it! Nope. We didn't. Editing is bullshit. I don't have it right now. I don't have it right now. They took it away from me. Yeah. Yeah, we did. They always take away beards. I never get to keep anything. If you want to support the channel, go to angry-cops.com. We got t-shirts. Like, make drill sergeants great again. Bring back corrective training. And also, you know, the drill sergeant, patron saint of hate and discontent. The cheapest way to support the channel is to leave a comment. What do you think of these troops shooting poorly? Is it their fault? Is it their unit's fault? Is it their drill sergeant's fault? I can't believe that I don't actually have the beard right now. See you next time, weirdos.
Oh, I can't help it. Can't be sore. I went the wrong way.
That was good. That was a good recommendation. That got us talking, Chad. That got us talking. Holy crap, that was good.